Well, guys, it seems that Nvidia is starting to get, how do we say, torched online over their new DLSS 5 announcement and demonstration. If you don't know what that is, I'm a gamer, but I'm not heavy into the super techie side of it. Essentially, it looks to me like an AI filter system that they can put on existing titles and games that like in a odd way, like live over, puts like an overlay on top of existing faces and images via AI to make them look more crisp, realistic, etc., etc., etc. And they do this with the modest and easy to acquire that's two GTX 5090. So they're top of the line. They need two of them just to make this happen in a demo setting. So to get these results that you're seeing pop up all over the screen takes two top-end graphics card from Nvidia just to make it happen. Now, that being said, with the way technology works, at this point, this is the worst it will ever be. It will only get better between AI and everything else. It will improve over time, which is both good and bad, I suppose. Now, why is Nvidia doing this? One, it's a flex, obviously. If you can show you can do this, it's pretty amazing. It's actually quite interesting technology, and it's amazing they're able to do it. But from the gamer perspective, this is destructive because it basically gives studios the ability to make a game, basically push it out easier, take shortcuts, and almost every time that damages the gamer experience with immersion. Ironically, they're trying to make it more immersive, but typically when they do this kind of stuff with AI, it actually makes it less immersive for this reason. Immersion in a video game can happen one of two ways. First, we can do the Nvidia route right here, which is make it look more realistic, it's more immersive, ipso facto, we're done. The problem with that is it makes gameplay suffer. The other way you can make a game more immersive is make the gameplay so intuitive that you barely even realize that you're on a keyboard and mouse or holding a controller and you're just into the game in that fashion. First-person shooters do this very well, where you almost don't even know you're scrolling with a mouse or clicking with buttons on your D-pad, whatever vehicle or metric you're using to get into the game. However you're doing it, you just forget you're doing it. Everything becomes motor memory. That's how you create immersion. That method of immersion does not require high-level graphics. It requires high-quality gameplay development. And the problem you run into if you're a high-level gamer, someone who wants to do this stuff all the time and spend a lot of time on a computer, on the console, gaming, making content, just playing with friends, competing perhaps, or just, being an enthusiast who enjoys the entire process, is if they make the graphics great, that's awesome, but if the gameplay suffers, it ruins the entire experience. And we've seen this more and more and more inside video games, specifically the category video game that's turned into there's an hour of basically cutscenes for every 10 to 15 minutes of actual gameplay, and the gameplay that exists isn't always all that great. Now, the worst part about this and how it's going to go is the truth of the matter is that because AI is developing so quickly, what you're seeing on the screen, these samples, all these examples, all the things, the back and forth, the issues you see, this is the worst it will be. And within a year, it will be standard. Take any time, for example, we forget so easily how things used to be, and then a change is made, how much we hate it, and how much that change then becomes just the standard. The best example of this is Facebook, Instagram, and other various meta platforms on social media. When those platforms make a major change, there's always uproar, backlash. The entire user base hates it, and then 6 months later, it's normal. And they've forgotten that they hated it, and they're just using the platform again because it becomes intuitive. And that's the danger here. What happens when using AI overlays starts to become a standard practice and we don't even notice it's happening anymore because it's become so standard within the industry, and what we lose is the gameplay elements. Will they be lazy with them, or will they take all that time, all that art development, and say, hey, we can't make the art great with artists because AI is taking over and it's cheaper. Let's move that budget to the gameplay side and mechanic side. Will they do that? Maybe, but also they likely won't because you want to cut costs, increase profits, etc., etc., etc. With these big AAA titles, you never know. It's usually about profit, and if they can cut costs, that's an easy way to get your profit settled. Thanks for watching.